what is the lifestyle I want to have? And how can the money that I am earning produce money that finances my lifestyle? So that then my lifestyle is not being financed by what I'm earning.
I get it.
Am I making sense?
Yes, you're talking about moving to passive income.
Yes.
Powerful. So I want to speak a little bit about this path. Now let's talk about your work experience.
Okay.
Because now you get to start grinding. So your first job was cleaning places.
Yes. My first job was cleaning.
How was that first paycheck?
Hey, first of all, let me tell you. Because you see that they pay by the hour. It doesn't matter what you do, it's by the hour. So I can't remember how much it was. Imagine, I can't remember. Maybe $10 an hour, and I spent 2.5 hours in one house. I can't remember anyway. But that first paycheck, I was like, where? I have money. So continued, and I'd never see the owner of the house. The key would be left somewhere. I open the door, I see a note on the counter, and she says, clean this room, this room, this room, and this, that. The soap is I don't know where. So I do my thing and leave the house and go. Yeah, so...
And you'd get that job through an agent?
Yes.
Okay.
So the agent would call, oh, there's this house and this is the address, you go. No, I needed more money. So I'd applied for jobs and I wasn't getting them. And then I decided, okay, I really need money. So then I saw an ad. And this time I was still really desperate because I was still trying to get money for my upkeep. And so this job was for delivering juice and milk. And it said, you need a hat because it was summer, a lot of water, and you need to be fit. I was like, I'm fit. Me, I can run. What is it?
From Nairobi, Kenya.
Wow. This job, let me tell you, I did it for one day. One day. Do you know what it was?
No.
It was a truck. You dandia the truck. It doesn't stop, It just slows down. Jump off, take juice, milk, run to the door, run back, you tick. This is the next one. Okay, go. The next person goes. Okay, house number, they need milk, they need juice, they need orange juice. This one needs pineapple. Guy.
And you go back and dandia?
You dandia. You run, chase it, jump on it. Guy. And you know the summers in Australia? 40 degrees average.
Whoa.
Temperature. 44. Have you ever experienced 40 degrees? With flies inside your eyes, inside. There are flies, first of all, you do this, they don't move, Let me just tell you, I did it for one day. I said, anyway, I think there's other work for me. And then I was like, I'm done doing this thing. My friends are driving cars, maybe the other ones over there. My classmates who are Muzungus, who have nice jobs elsewhere. I'm like, this is embarrassing. I can't do this work. Oh, Lord. Anyway.
But I like the job hunting, and you're trying.
And I tried. So that one I said, okay, I'm not that desperate. At least I still have the cleaning job. So this one, see. So continued looking, and then one of the things that...
And these jobs you do on the weekends or on your every day after school?
So you see what happens is that school was interesting because you had classes in the morning, sometimes you don't have in the afternoon. So classes you could choose classes based on how you're working.
Okay.
Yeah, there was classes in the morning, classes in the evenings as well. So you can sort of pick and choose how you want to have your classes so that you can work also. So it was flexible.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
then you're not. Let me also be clear. You know, a lot of times when we have financial conversations, when people are giving, they're like, oh, by the way, just take 20% of your income and save it. Why are you saving 20% of your income? Oh, it was hand to mouth. At this time, it's survival. It's survival.
Hey. First, I didn't even know what is that. What have you just said? What is saving? What have you just said? I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Okay, actually, I've got a good question. Knowing what you know now.
Yeah.
With that same paycheck, because there are people who are earning it in that situation. In fact, this is such a good question. With that paycheck, let's say, and with that situation, because it's not even the paycheck and the situation of life. When you're telling people to invest, when you're telling people, because there are people who are making that kind of living now, 40-year-old and have children. You get what I mean?
What kind of living do you mean?
It's hand to mouth.
Okay,
it's not $2.
Yeah.
It's 100,000 shillings, but it's still hand to mouth.
Yeah,
you get what I mean? So my thing to ask is, does that advice still remain from an advisory perspective?
Save 20%.
No, not forget the percentage. Save, invest.
100%.
For real.
Yes.
Let's talk about this, Rina. Change somebody's life right now.
Okay, the point is this, yeah? If I lived my life that way, Richie, still doing those jobs that are getting me enough to eat, when would I have impacted anybody's life? When would I have had any time to think about anyone else other than my stomach?
Never.
How? Right? Like, I was not born to just think about my stomach.
True that.
Right? I mean, God has a purpose for each and every one of us. We are all talented and gifted in such amazing ways to make a massive impact. Let's first start there. And so if I get into the space where there's seasons, yes. And there's seasons that we go through, all of us, where, yes, you don't have enough even for yourself, but you can't be in that season 24/7 forever.
Aha, I like that.
Yeah? So even when you're in that space, you're thinking and trying to figure out, how do I get out of this?
It's why you're getting this other job.
Exactly.
It's why you're trying to...
I'm trying to find another
income needs to raise.
Yeah.
That's
so if I'm in that situation right now, where it's hand to mouth, I can't just be like, oh, this is my fate, hand to mouth until I die. No. What else can I do? What other thing do I have the ability to do to be able to raise more money so that I have enough to be able to put aside for my future, for my children's education, for my future needs? Because, gosh, we'll work for 40 years and live for another 40.
Yeah.
Where will the other 40, where will money come from for my other 40?
I love what you're saying. What I'm hearing you say is, at this stage, first and foremost, you have to have a mindset of one day I need to save. But you're also saying that mindset is then what triggers you to begin to look for more opportunities. But it starts with the mindset. If you're not thinking of one day even I want to save, where are we
It's
going
not
to
even
get?
about I want to save. In fact, saving is not the mindset.
Yes, I want better.
Okay. What is the lifestyle I want to have? And how can the money that I am earning produce money that finances my lifestyle? So that then my lifestyle is not being financed by what I'm earning.
I get it.
Am I making sense?
Yes, you're talking about moving to passive income.
Yes. Basically,
Life
like
is
a
about,
Kikuyu would say, you have cows. Cynthia, you have cows. I can't have cows and then eat my cows. My cows need to produce calves, and it's from those calves that then I can finance my lifestyle. So your income is your seed. If I eat all my seed, I'll end up with nothing at the end of the day. So when I get seed, that income that I receive, I have to plant that seed as well, so that then it produces fruit, and then I eat from the fruit, not the seed. Otherwise, then I cut off my ability to continue to live. Otherwise, I'll have to work until I'm 100.
Hey, Rina, I really pray that a 25-year-old, or how old are you at this time? 20.
I was 20.
Even actually, I don't care how old people are, because there are people who are earning $1 million, but it's still, it's not about the money, it's not about the amount, it's about the mindset that this thing here is what's going to make you sleep, and in your sleep, you still have, it's your seed. Let me just say, I can't even make it sound better than how you've said it. Your income is your seed to help you attain the life that it is that you want to have.
And it takes time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it takes time. It's not it will happen in 1 year. No. On average, some research was done, and they found that on average in the US, because that's where most research is done, it takes about 28 years for people to become wealthy. To have $1 million, it takes about 28 years. So for you to get to the place where you're replacing your income with income from your investments and your assets, it takes time. So if you start at 40,
Yeah.
okay, the beauty about it is that you have experience,
Relationships,
you have networks, you're wiser. So it may not take you as long, but the point is that the earlier you start, the easier the process is. Yes, you have time, you make your mistakes, but it gets easier. And it's easier when you start younger.
Yep.
But if you wait for long, sometimes you never get there.
And if you do what, unfortunately, it is that we're seeing, which is being glorified on the social medias, which is attaining your lifestyle using your seed.
Yeah, so that's another thing. People just have to.
Delayed gratification.
Yeah, but even because you can use that term and people are like, yeah, okay, whatever. I hear you and I know. The point is that we use others as our yardstick. Today, I will walk out, enter my car. We have, I have a small car. I enter it, and I drive, and I arrive somewhere, and people look at me like, what does she know about money? They've measured me by what I am driving. But do you know, guys, what I have is not a measure. The things you see, where I choose to live today, is not a measure of the wealth I have. And it's a mistake we make. I look at Richie, he's wearing a bow tie, he's wearing this nice tuxedo, and I decide, wait, I need to measure up to Richie, because then it will show I have money.
Would you debt yangu?
Yeah.
Would you expenses yangu? You don't know my income, you know nothing. Just exterior has, yep.
Yeah, and so we have this social comparison that we do, and that, you can never...
Rina, let me just ask it the way it is. And of course, I'm not expecting you to name a single person. You, from an investment banker's perspective, you have clients who have billions of shillings. Yeah. Billions! I don't mince my words when I say that. Can they walk here and nobody knows them?
Absolutely, very many. There's some you'll even dismiss because of what they're driving, what they're wearing. Completely dismiss them because they don't look like what they have at all. And that's a big lesson, and I love that I learned that lesson. And so for me, that's you're not my yardstick. You who drives a nice shiny car and lives in a nice shiny neighborhood, you're not my yardstick. This guy who has amazing wealth, making amazing impact, that's who I'm learning from and who I'm watching, because that's what I am. And that's my path. So, yeah, have I answered your question?
You have. I know you've not yet answered it for people, but we're still in the story. That's why you keep watching.
Yeah.
But
so the mistake I find we make, especially Black people, whether those Black people are in the US, in Congo, in South Africa, or in Kenya, is wanting to wear our wealth so that people can respect me. Right? You want to look a certain way so that people can respect you. But what is wealth for, Richie? What is wealth for you? Tell me.
In my perspective, two things. One, to finance my vision and goal. Two, to ensure that I give my kids a leg up. If I can do those two things, I leave, if the finances or the wealth that I have enables me to finance my vision and goals and dreams with ease. You know, I'm not here thinking, oh my God, I have 7 CTA shoots to do, 80 G's times 70, 100, I'm just, and then number two, can my kids go to school? You see that thing that you're talking about, your mom's school fees? If we get sick, there's an emergency, I'm able to do that. If I can do that, but it's taken me a while to get here, then I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And beyond that, being able to also worship God with your time, with your talent, right? But also with your money. Because if you're not doing that and just living for yourself, then what is life about? I mean, when you think about time after we've been here and you died today, it's not going to be announced that you lived in such a nice house and you are such an inspiration because you drove a certain car. No, it's about the lives that you changed. That's the impact that's going to leave a legacy for you. And so for me, that's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing impact. And I know it sounds like fluff, but it is not fluff for me. Yeah. It's not fluff for me. So whether you think that, it doesn't drive the nice car, by the way, you have no idea how many lives we are impacting as our family because of the choices that we are making. But that for me is what gives me fulfillment. So yes, I talk about money a lot, but money
as a tool.
Is a tool.
Is a tool.
Money is a tool that will help me achieve the things that God has set for me to do. It will enable me to bless ministries, it will enable me to bless families, it will enable me to travel and go to places and finance that sort of thing without, oh my gosh, I can't. You know, I can hop on a plane and go to the US and do something for me that I need to be able to do and come back home and didn't burn anything and I'm okay. But now, if I live to be able to drive, what, a Maserati?
Yes.
Really? And then?
Switching to that mentality is a conversation we're going to come later on to have. But because you sound like you are, to drive my question, in university, the spirituality, are you going to church?
Oh, wow.
Are you still continuing? No, because the reason why I'm thinking this is because I'm just like, there's something that's ingrained in you that when I say vision, for me, vision and others are one.
Yeah.
Vision is never for yourself, ever. So for you to be where you're at, there's a God thing that is ingrained in you. I'm like, in university, for me, that thing was nowhere in the building.
Okay, yeah. So my university is very colorful.